So we have Tin Men, a band that is incredibly versatile, and it's somewhere between a jazz trio and a multimedia performance group, and it's exploring the line between those two. It's been great in particular to work this time with Natalie and with Joe to build some shape around it.
So I'm Nat Scott. I'm one of the artistic directors of the Lab Collective. I work with my co-director Joe Thorpe, and we create interactive and immersive experiences. We have been working with Tin Men and the Telephone for the last week to think about how the technology that they use can connect people to a narrative that runs throughout the whole show, which has been really exciting because for us, you know, we're quite theatrical, the guys are really musically focused, and it's great to see how those two things can start to come together and create like a really magical, unique experience for the audience.
We sort of experiment with the idea of what if the audience influences the way we improvise. And for that, so we've got a smartphone app, and people get to dictate what happens in the show. They get to create musical content for us. So they make melodies, they make beats, they make chords, and then we kind of put all of that together into music. And then we also try to bring in sort of more theatrical elements into what we do.
We've been working with Tin Men and the Telephone, essentially kind of finding a way for them to use the technology that they're currently using, so using the app technology, the video technology, the way in which the audience can interact with the band to kind of create new music, new jazz, but also to kind of discuss the topic of climate change. So how the piece kind of flows and how the story flows and the relationship between the audience and what the band are trying to kind of say and change about climate change is the most important thing for what we were working with them.
Leaders of the world, you must lead.
The idea is that the audience gets to sort of see what the consequences are over the next 100 years of the current status quo, and then we sort of rewind time and say, okay, now we're going to let you influence what happens by making decisions.
So I'm hoping that we'll have some fun and take some sort of thing away from it at the end of the day.
Together, we can make real change.